Hi everyone, I'm Joey with Part-Time Pro Photo and in this video I'm reviewing the Yi 4K Plus Action Camera. We're going to talk about it compared to the latest GoPro Hero 6 Black and the things that make it special on its own. Also, why you should really consider buying one if you're looking for an action camera. Right into it, the Yi 4K shoots 4K video at up to 60 frames per second. It actually has a lot of options as far as video settings, including shooting at 2K, and instead of the super wide field of view that you normally get with action cams, you can choose a medium field of view that cuts out a lot of the distortion that you're used to from a lot of the action cameras, while still being relatively wide enough to capture everything else in the shot. You know what I mean? Okay, maybe you don't. But it's a great option to have when you want a slightly more up-close focal length instead of always super wide and distorted. It's very useful so that everything doesn't look weird on the corners and the ends and the sides, and everybody's face doesn't get all stretched out at the sides. Now, for comparison, the quality of video is comparable and basically on par with the latest GoPro Hero 6. Here's the short version. Well, the short version of everything. The Yi 4K Plus sits right between the GoPro Hero 5, the old model, and the Hero 6. The Yi 4K Plus, how many times do I have to say that? Anyways, it leans closer to the Hero 6 than it does the 5. So if you're wanting a camera that is better than the GoPro Hero 5, get the Yi 4K Plus. It won't be as good as the 6, however, you'll save about $210, which is a lot. All right. One of the things that the Yi 4K Plus has going for it is that it has great digital image stabilization. It's not optical stabilization, meaning it's all done with the software and at a slight crop, but it's actually pretty good. I tested this and shaken and everything else. I mean, if you're not walking around crazy, it's pretty good. And if you're shooting at 4K, you have a lot of room to crop afterwards using any other software sort of stabilization that'll crop it anyways. So, oh, and another thing, the Yi 4K Plus has an external mic jack. Using an adapter, you can plug an external mic into the USB port, and then basically that makes the camera infinitely more usable in regular situations needing decent sound, like close quarters interviews and where you just don't want all that wind noise. And actually, the ability to plug in an external mic is one of the main reasons to go with the 4K Plus and not just go with the regular 4K model. It's also something that keeps it sort of on par or competitive with the GoPro. While the GoPro has a couple internal mics in the same way that the Yi does, having the ability to add on an external mic is one of the main things that a lot of the cheaper GoPro options, the competitors, a lot of them don't have the ability to hook up an external mic. But the Yi 4K Plus does have that, so it keeps up with the GoPro line. However, different from the GoPro body, which is waterproof down to 33 feet, the Yi 4K Plus isn't waterproof at all. I mean, basically not waterproof at all. You wouldn't want to submerge it in anything. You could probably splash it or like a light drizzle rain, but you would not want to submerge it. The Yi model, it needs its own case for any kind of water duty. Of course, the thing now is that you can get cheap, very usable, very good waterproof cases for these action cams for $20. They're pretty generic as far as the shape and also the sizes and everything, but it's not as big of a deal as it was before. They're plentiful, and you can buy a bag full of accessories, including the waterproof case, for about $20, $25. So it's pretty easy. And price. So I know I mentioned it, but let's talk about price. The GoPro Hero 6 Black camera only goes for about $490 right now. The Yi 4K Plus goes for $280. So camera body to body, flat price, that's a difference of $210. That's $210. That $210 can buy you a lot of accessories that $210 can buy you a lot of accessories that you'll be needing, like extension poles, suction cup mounts, and clamps, and just other things that you need in order to stick your action camera to either your helmet or your bicycle or your chest or just whatever you're using. That's $200 towards accessories, and you probably could buy a ton of accessories for that price. Whereas if you have to buy those all with the GoPro 6, that just adds up, and it adds up a lot. So it really depends on how often you think you're going to be using your action camera and in those situations. $200 will probably save you a ton of money, and it's easier to think about. So, all right, that's it for me on this today. If you have any questions about this camera or anything else, write it down in the comments. If you want to keep up with all my quick reviews and videos, click on that subscribe button. And thank you. Oh, and if you want to purchase this camera, I'll leave a link for you down below in the description. Thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. No, really. Bye-bye. Thank you. All right.